So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the greatest watch market update show. Ladies and gentlemen, before I get into the watch market update, I want to talk to you about a subject that I'm sure that most of you know about this, and a lot of you don't know about this. And the ones that don't know about this should hear this. We have a real big problem happening right now in America. We have a real big problem happening right now in America. And the problem is that we have a debt of $1.4 trillion with credit cards. That's right. You heard that correct. We have a debt of $1.4 trillion in credit cards. That means that many people that you know have a lot of problems paying their monthly credit card bills. That's right. And those monthly credit card bills have an interest between a 24 and a 29%. That means that many people are not going to be able to pay their credit cards no more, and they will have to go in bankruptcy. That's right. I'm sure that none of your favorite channels that you guys follow are not going to tell you about this, but I will. And I'm not going to say because I'm stupid like that. I'm going to tell you because I think you guys should hear this. Because you guys are thinking that buying watches is the right thing to do at this moment. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, whatever credit card line you have left in those cards, save them so you could pay for house goods, mortgage, electrical bills, phone bills, heater, whatever you want to call it, Con Edison, all that good stuff. Save that credit card line that you have left. Times are tough. Don't use those credit cards to buy watches. It's not the right time to be doing that. We're going through hard times in our country right now. I'm telling you, $1.4 trillion is, wow. It's an astonishing, amount of money that the people from this country own in credit cards. No matter what they tell you out there that buying watches is good at this moment, it's, if you are going to buy watches, be very smart, ladies and gentlemen. There's people out there that have a lot of problems. And people, family members of yours, your in-laws, your parents, your sister, your brother, cousins, nephews, your grandchildren, they're struggling out there. So again, if you are and you still have credit cards that you can use, don't use them to buy watches. Use them so you could, take care of your family matters. All right? I thought I should tell you about this because it's getting kind of, worrisome already. $1.4 trillion, not 1.4 billion, 1.4 trillion. There's going to be so much bankruptcy in the next year in the United States of America. It's probably going to be the biggest ever. You heard that right. There's going to be so much bankruptcy in this country. It's going to be unbelievable. Like no other decade, year, whatever you want to call it, ever. People cannot no longer pay their credit cards. People are living off their credit cards. Remember, we have 300 million people in the United States of America. Not all 300 million people buy watches. We are a very small group that buys watches. I mean, very, very, very small. So the watch industry at this moment is the last thing that people are looking at on buying watches. All right? So be smart with your money and don't be using your credit cards to buy watches. All right? I'm just telling you this because I think you should know about this. We're heading into some real dark times in this country. And I really mean that. I'm not today. I feel like I'm stepping out of character to tell you this. Because a lot of you are just skipping around through life like a rabbit. thinking that everything is up and running, and it's not. And I don't mean up and running in the watch business. I mean in the world. Things are tough out there. I'm not here giving you no kind of advice, no financial advice, but I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of reading. And maybe, I'm not saying, with all respect, I'm saying maybe you guys should look into this, look into that $1.4 trillion that we have in debt in credit cards. The United States has a debt, the population here has a debt of $1.4 trillion. Don't forget that. So do not use your credit cards to buy watches. Use your credit cards if you have to use them to defend your family, to pay your mortgage, to pay your children's tuition school, to pay insurance, groceries, all those good things, but not to buy watches, right? All right, guys, I really hope you take this to heart and you really look into this matter of what, Americans are going through credit cards that they cannot pay any longer because the interest is just killing them. I'm telling you, between a 24 and a 29%. Your families and people friends will die and they'll never pay those credit cards because the interest is just killing everybody.
This is the Blue Grotto in Capri, Italia.